John arrives at Allison's place. The two knew each other from Facebook. Turns out they live very close to each other. One day Allison sends a Facebook message to John and asks that he'd come over to talk about a serious matter. After some chit-chatting, Allison excuses herself and goes to another room. When she comes back, she carries a large suitcase and a computer case. She sits down on the couch and opens up her laptop. "Take a look at this," says Allison as she hands John the laptop. John looks at the computer screen and gasps. "I must admit that you're a better-looking woman than a man," states Allison with a sly smile on her face. In the photo, John is dressed in a leather corset, black stockings, and black leather boots. His makeup is very goth with heavy eyeliner and dark lips. He is a closet crossdresser who goes by the name of Lizka, and has been posting photos on sites like Chicks. This is one of the photos. "Okay, you've seen these photos. Why do you show me them?" asks John cautiously. "Because I want your total obedience, bitch, and these photos are going to get that," Allison replies. Inside the suitcase is everything you need to transform yourself into a sexy slut. The directions are in the suitcase. "I will wait out here." "But why?" stammers John. "After you're dressed, I will explain more to you. If you refuse to dress up, I will send these photos out to your friends, family, and business contacts," she states. "And from now on, you will call me unit leader. Is that clear, bitch?" John stares back for a moment before nodding. "Well, what is it, bitch?" asks Allison. "Yes. Unit leader," he replies weakly. "Good, then get to work," orders Allison. John unpacks the large bag and sets the clothes on the bed. The outfit is all black, including the lingerie. It looks like a skimpy leotard, long black gloves, a hood, a belt, and knee-high boots. Next, he reads the instructions. John goes into the bathroom and coats his entire body with a strongly scented cream from his face down to his toes. There is a strong tingling over his body, but it isn't painful. When he steps out of the shower, his skin feels so soft. He then notices that, besides the lack of hair, his body looks different. He is now very pale. His whole body has the same very light complexion. The main things that stand out are his bright blue eyes, his lips which now look very pink, and his nipples, which are erect. He can only shake his head in disbelief at the changes. An hour later, John walks out the room. He is dressed now in a black PVC leotard, tights, elbow-long black PVC gloves, and knee-high, high-heel boots. His makeup is done heavy, with dark heavy eyeshadow and eyeliner, lots of mascara, blush, and dark red lipstick. To complete the look, he wears a spiked platinum blonde wig. "That's a much better look, Gardette," says Allison. She is no longer wearing her business suit. Instead, she wears a black PVC mini dress, long black gloves, black tights, knee-high boots, and a belt, exactly the same outfit John is wearing, except for the leotard. On her belt is a black helmet dangling. "Gardette? What do you mean, unit leader?" asks John, with a look of surprise on his face upon seeing the now very sinister-looking Allison, aka unit leader. "John doesn't fit you anymore, it's a male name, and you are no longer male," she states. Allison holds up John's wallet. "You won't need this anymore, and besides the ID doesn't match you now. Let's say that you no longer need an ID. John no longer exists." Allison sees the fear in John's eyes and smiles. "This isn't dress up, Gardette, this is now your life," she states. "Now, what is your name?" It's Gardette." See how easy it is to submit. It comes very natural to you, doesn't it? Unit leader asks. "Why are you doing this to me, unit leader?" she asks. You are just the latest to be added to our growing army of sexy, slutty Gardettes. We have transformed many sissies like you, she explains. Like all the others, you will be feminized. We will transform you into a very beautiful female operative. You are no longer John Marks, you are Gardette 105, and the sooner you accept this fact, the easier your life will be. Now, I don't want to hear any begging or pleading. Your fate has been sealed. Now, come here, 105. I have something for you that will help you on your path to a whole new life. Gardette 105 nods and slowly walks over to unit leader, who gives her a glass with a white solution. There's no way to refuse. Unit leader has her in her power. Now let's toast to your new life, Gardette 105, unit leader says with a devilish laughter. John, who still isn't used to be called Gardette 105, sighs and does as ordered. Very good. In time, you won't have to think about replying. It will come out automatically, unit leader says. Gardette 105 is about to speak when she suddenly feels faint. She closes her eyes and almost drops the glass. This is the best part, says unit leader. Gardette 105 opens her eyes. She wants to fight back, but she can't as she feels weaker with each passing moment. As you probably have guessed, you've been drugged. It's not enough to knock you out, just make you more manageable. I want you awake as this happens. It is important that you understand all that will be happening to you, explains unit leader. The solution in your glass is a strong mind-altering drug that was created in our own research labs. It will make you accept what is happening to you. It will break your resistance. It will make you love the process you will be undergoing. It will make you very addicted to your uniform. This can't be happening, John thinks. It has to be a nightmare. And like all other persons that we have converted, you will become very submissive, and you will obey every command, continues unit leader. John feels a sense of growing acceptance. His resistance is evaporating. The drug makes him want to accept everything unit leader tells him. With each passing minute, the drugs are having a bigger effect. The urge to fight, to resist, fades. It is a wasted effort as he is too weak. The person formerly known as John wants to accept what unit leader is telling him. It is like a mantra in her head, you have always wanted to be submissive. You want to be obedient. You have no desires, no hopes, no feelings. You will be an obedient operative, goes unit leader on and on. As she speaks, Gardette 105 absorbs every word. She knows that she is being brainwashed and there is nothing she can do about it. Unit leader goes on for what seems to be forever. Gardette 105 is listening with a blank expression on her face. She seems to be in a trance. Then a tall woman enters the room. She's wearing a white PVC mini dress, white tights, white long latex gloves and knee-high boots. She wears a utility belt with a comm device attached. 105, this is Dr. YX, one of Spectre's conversion specialists. She'll take further care of you. 105 is led away by the doctor to another room and is ordered to undress. Sit down and take off your wig, Dr. YX orders. Gardette 105 does as instructed. Gardette, I'm going to give you a treatment that will change you physically and will give you a more feminine figure. The process is quite simple, but the results are stunning. I will insert an 4-line into your breast and hip areas, which in turn are connected to a saline solution drip. Over the course of approximately 10 hours, the saline will slowly infuse and inflate your breasts and hips to give you a completely natural-looking, feminine shape. The explication has a sobering effect on John. He wakes from his trance. With a last effort to think for himself, the poor John screams, "You're going to do what?" I hope this is only temporary because I'm supposed to be back at work tomorrow. Dr. YX laughs. How on earth do you think you'll be able to go back to your ordinary life looking like you will when I'm done with you? That life is over, bitch. These procedures will be permanent. You will never return to your pitiful old life. How could you? You would be shunned by your family and friends. The only people that will accept you are the people at Spectre. You will become a Gardette and will be completely controlled by Spectre. There's no way back. With that, the doctor takes the radio from her belt. SPCTRECONTROL, this is Dr. YX, she says. We have a small problem here. The new recruit is putting up resistance. His will is not broken yet. He's not ready for the medical procedure. We need to give him an extra dose of Spectroform to speed up the process. Any concerns about his life, as he knew it, drains from his mind as soon as John hears Dr. YX speak about the drugs. At the same moment, an operative wearing a white uniform and white helmet enters the room. This must be medical personnel, ponders John. The operative holds a glass and gives it to John. Drink this now. John does as ordered. He drinks the solution and finds himself getting weaker and weaker. The blank expression on his face reappears. Spectroform starts to work as soon as it enters the body. Good, now we can continue, states Dr. YX as she goes to work arranging the equipment. 2 double-hooked force stands are placed into position. A bag of translucent white liquid is hung from each of the 4 hooks and in 4 line inserted into each bag. I know you're afraid, 105. But you shouldn't be. There's no way back now. The sooner you accept this, the better. I've seen many like you. They're all afraid when they come here. They try to fight it, they're not ready to accept. But after the conversion, they're all relieved. You must realize that being a Spectre operative has always been your destiny. There's a part of you that craves being transformed and controlled, states Dr. YX. Yes, I know our methods are extreme, but in time you'll fully accept them. I know this must sound scary right now, but soon you will accept this as part of your life as if you have always been this way, she continues. In a way, it's a blessing, as you won't have to deal with guilt or shame. Now lay down. Dr. YX inserts 1 needle into 105's hip and the other in the chest. She finishes by opening the flow valves on the drip lines. I'm going to give you a couple more injections now, Gardette 105. One will be a dose of antibiotics, just to ward off any possible infection from the saline injection process. The other will make your skin even more pale. This is also standard procedure at Spectre. All Gardettes must have the same pale complexion. Gardette 105 takes it all in without resistance. She's fading away very slowly now. I will also insert a special solution into your body, continues the doctor. It will repress your male hormones and at the same time give your body a huge injection of female hormones. Over time, it will change your body's chemistry. There is one big side effect. The process makes the user more submissive and obedient. This won't be a huge issue for you, as you are already very subservient. Now, close your eyes, I'm about to make you a real Gardette. When you wake up, the world will look differently. 105 nods and falls asleep. A few days later, the conversion of Gardette 105 is complete. Her head is bald now. She has no need of hair as she's going to be wearing her uniform and helmet permanently. Her eyebrows are pencil-thin and highly arched. Her lips are thicker and plumper due to collagen injections. Her face is emotionless. She looks like a robot waiting for instructions. Gardette 105 is now dressed in her Spectre uniform, which shows off her feminized body. Her breasts have undergone a growth spurt and are now quite noticeable. Additionally, her nipples are larger and they press out through the thin material of the PVC leotard. Her waist is thinner and her hips and ass larger. She wears boots and long gloves. Her makeup is done so that she looks very sexy and seductive. She has dark eyeliner, ultra-long lashes and red lips. On a belt she has a comm device and a pulse gun. Gardette 105 stands motionless in front of a mirror. A few days ago she would have been shocked and embarrassed, but now she isn't. She feels no shame, no embarrassment. She has no feelings whatsoever. Although she still knows that she has been a 42-year-old man named John, it no longer matters. She is Gardette 105 now. Her programming is almost in place now. Though she has no desire to return to her old life, there still is a part of her old personality screaming for help. While she is looking at herself in the mirror, another Gardette enters the room. She looks like an identical twin, the same black uniform showing off the breasts and hips, boots, gloves and utility belt. The only difference is that this operative is wearing a helmet with the dark visor down. She marches towards 105. I am Gardette 104. You will be a fine addition to our ever-growing army. Just like you, I was a man. That was only 2 weeks ago, but I cannot recall what my old life was like. I have only hazy memories of being a man. I can't even recall what my old name was. I have been converted by Dr. YX just like you. She then hands 105 a helmet with a dark visor. You're almost a fully operational Gardette now. But there's still a little bit of your old personality left in you. Within seconds, though, the last vestiges of John will become locked away by your new personality. Now put on the helmet and complete your transformation, 105. The instructions that had been given to her while she was asleep make 105 actually want to put on the helmet without any hesitation. She lowers the visor. Her eyes are now hidden. With the helmet on, she now looks exactly like 104. Only her dark red lips stand out. After just a few moments standing at attention, a wicked grin forms on 105's lips, and she says in a robotic voice, "Conversion complete." Hail, Spectre. Gardette 105 stands to attention, her breasts pushed out, her stomach pulled in, her hand raised. Gardette 104 says, "Welcome to Spectre 105. You are now a fully operational Gardette, ready to take your place in the growing ranks of our black uniformed legions. You will devote your entire life to the aims and objectives of Spectre. You will have no decisions to make, no free will, no initiative. Now report for duty. Unit Leader 8 has a first mission for you, 105. Confirm. I will obey." Hail, Spectre, 105 says, as she walks off, the heels of her boots clicking on the floor, as if she had been a Spectre operative forever. Gardette 105 walks down long, neon light corridors. She passes dozens of Gardettes, all wearing their uniforms and helmets. Only their dark red full lips are visible. It all feels normal. She doesn't question being there. The conversion process has made her obedient and submissive. It has also destroyed any moral scruples she had. She is now an evil Gardette. She would have no hesitation obeying any order, doing any act. She enters a room and salutes Unit Leader, the same one that lured her into Spectre. The same evil one that threatened to expose her to her friends and family. The same one that had her drugged and delivered to Dr. YX. But 105 is not vengeful or angry. In fact, she has no emotion at all against the person who took away her entire life and made her a Gardette. The Spectre conversion programma is very effective. It erases all emotions. Gardette 105 reporting for duty, is all the newly converted operative says. Hail, Spectre. Unit Leader 8 greets the Gardette she brought in a few days ago. Excellent response. Your indoctrination and re-education has obviously been successful. You are a totally submissive and obedient operative. She is quite satisfied with the work Dr. YX has done. That poor crossdresser Johnny's now a thing of the past. Unit Leader 8 prefers the Gardette that is now standing at attention before her. She too has been completely indoctrinated by Spectre. As a unit leader, she has been programmed with the mission to expand the army of evil female drones. She's constantly on the lookout for new recruits. She has a variety of nicknames on internet social media like Flickr and Chicks, where she makes contact with crossdressers and tranny chasers. Just like she did with John, she cultivates friendships with CDs and admirers. She also visits clubs and bars where crossdressers meet. Once she has gained their confidence, she sets up a meeting. Before they realize what they're getting themselves into, it's too late. From the moment they enter the house Unit Leader uses for her dates, their fate is sealed. They're on their way to become a compliant, uniformed convert, and there's no way back. Unit Leader 8 realizes she needs more Gardettes. They are merely expendable drones to be used by Spectre to serve its needs. Today she received orders from her masters that the recruiting process needs to go faster. Finding new operatives on social media takes too much time. The recruiting efforts have to be increased and diversified. Unit Leader looks at the monitor that allows her to view the guests at a club that is frequently visited by crossdressers and tranny chasers. She is very picky about who she wants abducted and transformed. The men have to be the right size and age. The disappearance of John had been in the news for a few days, but with the lack of leads the story quickly died down. She focuses on a transvestite who has just entered the club and decides that she would make this one her newest target. She seems to be a loner, tall and slim and not overly masculine. Unit Leader suspects that she would respond nicely to the Spectre conversion procedure. She decides that she would become a Gardette. She orders Gardette 105 to come closer to the screen. She points to a car on the parking lot. That's her car. Write down the plate and make sure you get the address so we can track her down, Unit Leader orders. 105 answers in a monotone voice. I will, Unit Leader. Today will be her last day as a free-thinking person. Gardette 105 is joined by 104 as they take a black van and drive to the address SPCTRECONTROL has found in the database it hacked. 104 parks the car in the underground parking. While 104 waits in the car, Gardette 105 gets out and makes sure her pulse gun is set to paralyze. There is no guilt over what she's doing, no moral questions asked. 105 has been indoctrinated with the ruthless philosophy of Spectre. She has embraced evil, it has become her own personality. She has only one aim on this mission, and that is to convert this worthless person. Then the victim's car arrives. The tranny gets out and heads for the elevator, the heels of her pumps clicking on the concrete. Gardette 105 marches without saying a word towards the good-looking female impersonator. She has no fear, no shame of being seen by someone. She feels invincible in her black uniform. She thinks her helmet will protect her against every attack. She is ready to eliminate anyone that comes between her and her target. As she approaches the crossdresser, she lowers her visor and takes the pulse gun from her belt. When her victim gets aware of her presence, she starts to run. The Gardette keeps marching. She doesn't run, she is self-confident and fearless. Then she points her pulse gun and fires. The tranny freezes and falls to the ground. She's unable to move when the Gardette gets to her, but she can still speak. Please, let go of me. I'll pay you a lot of money if you let me go, the transvestite begs. 105 responds in a chillingly cold voice, you have been chosen to become an operative at Spectre. You will be converted and will become an obedient, submissive, ruthless Gardette. Your life as a man is over. You'd better accept it that soon you will be operating alongside of me. Gardette 105 is just about to take her comm device in order to call 104 when a gloved arm grabs her round the throat. Be quiet, or I will break that pretty little Nazi neck of yours, a female voice whispers. Let go of me, you GGI bitch. You don't stand a chance, 105 gasps, as she realizes she has been surprised by Nessa, a super agent of GGI, one of Spectre's lifelong enemies. There is backup coming in a minute. You will be found out and killed. Backup? You mean that mindless drone that was sitting behind the wheel of your getaway car? I think this belonged to her. Nessa dangles a black Spectre helmet in front of Gardette 105, exactly the same as the one she is wearing herself. I don't think she will be needing this. It wasn't much of a protection anyway, the enemy laughs. And now, give me that gun. I have an idea. 105 does as she is told. The GGI girl takes the pulse gun and holds it against the Gardette's arm. It's time to go to sleep now, you mindless Nazi bitch, the sexy spy girl whispers in 105's ear. The Gardette knows what's coming, but she has no fear. She's been indoctrinated that her uniform and her helmet make her invincible. Then she feels an electric shock to her arm, she passes out and stumbles to the ground. The GGI agent in her black lycra bodysuit, high-heeled boots, perfectly made-up face and leather gloves looks down on her. I don't have to tell you to stay here, 'cause you're not going anywhere, Nestle grins, as she runs off. A couple of minutes later she reappears, dragging the unconscious body of Gardette 104 behind her. I think I will borrow this girl's outfit, she looks about my size. With the visor down nobody will see I'm not one of those mindless drones. Having said that she lets the unconscious Gardette fall to the ground. Then she starts to undress 104, taking off her boots, gloves and belt. Finally she takes off the leotard and tights, leaving the unconscious girl in her black bra and panties, next to the other immobilized operative. Just as she's picking up the helmet, Nessa hears the sound of a car approaching at high speed. It's a black van, just like the one Gardette 105 arrived in. The car stops and 4 black uniformed Gardettes wearing their helmets jump out. They aim their pulse guns at the GGI girl, now in a black leotard and boots but not yet with the helmet on, and fire. The poor spy girl goes down with an expression of utterly surprise on her face. One of the Gardettes says with a devilish smile on her face, "It's always good to have a backup team standing by." Now we do not only have this cute tranny but also a little spy girl to bring in. Let's put those 2 new recruits in the car. The Gardettes pick up the 2 fresh recruits and carry the still unconscious bodies of 104 and 105 into the car. By the time the black van arrives back at Spectre HQ, Gardettes 104, 105 and Nessa have regained consciousness. What are you crazy bitches going to do? The spy girl asks. You will become a Gardette and help Spectre, 105 says. She escorts Nessa to the same room in which she herself has been transformed, and with the help of 2 other Gardettes, she strips Nessa of her clothes and orders her to lay down on the operation table. Help Spectre, and become a Gardette, spits out Nessa. No way, you'll never get me to help you. You will do so eagerly, answers 105, as she approaches Nessa. Dr. YX is going to inject you with a special solution which will completely alter your mind patterns. Now it's time to go to sleep. With that a Spectre medical operative sprays a healthy dose of Spectroform in Nessa's face and she passes out. At the same moment Gardette 105 receives a message on her comm device, 105 and 104, you are to report at Unit Leader 8 immediately. Understood, 105 answers without asking questions. She knows what this order means, she knew it already the moment the GGI spy girl grabbed her from behind. Failure is not tolerated at Spectre. She knows she will be punished, maybe even eliminated, but it doesn't scare her at all. Her mental conditioning has made her accept the fact that she's expendable and must face all consequences of a failure, as cruel or invasive as they may be. She gathers 104, who's back in uniform and has refreshened her makeup, and together the two operatives march without saying a word to Unit Leader 8's quarters, their bright red lips standing out under their dark visors. Unit Leader is waiting for the Gardettes, standing tall in her black PVC mini dress, long boots and gloves, helmet on but visor up. "Hail Spectre," the Gardettes greet upon arriving. Unit Leader simply replies, "You two messed up." You know Spectre does not tolerate failure. "Yes, we know," 104 and 105 respond. "Spectre cannot accept what happened in that garage. You two will be punished. You will undergo additional programming." With that, two other Gardettes approach 104 and 105 from behind, take their arms in some judo hold that sends waves of pain through them as they struggle. They quickly have the two helpless operatives squeezed against a wall, pulling their arms behind them and handcuffing them behind their back. "Time to go to sleep," Unit Leader 8 says with a grim smile on her face. Another Spectre operative walks into the room wearing a white lab coat and holding a needle full of some liquid. She injects the two struggling Gardettes with the needle. In a mere seconds the struggling ends. The Gardettes fall to the floor, their PVC leotard-covered breasts, black nylon-clad legs, boots and helmets tangled. Now take off their uniforms. We have two new recruits waiting to get dressed. Hurry. And bring those two immediately to Dr. YX. She'll know what to do with them, Unit Leader 8 orders.